finger. Holy moly. You're going to have to submit to her. Like,
got the wrong motherfucking shit, man.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ladies, all 17 and a half women that watch this channel, what you're watching right now will be the death of you in a relationship. A man that is of value.
All right, let me see. What the fuck?
Listen to the vapid tongue of your disagreeable ass. If she just paused and listened and fought through the things that he's saying.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
She would be right, and she would learn something. She would get someone else in the conversation. This is absurd.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
What I'm saying is, don't be exceptions make the rule.
Here's Elliott.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying just because someone...
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
That's why it's damn near impossible to have intellectually honest conversations with modern women just like this. The illogical, irrational.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
The shout out to IC for holding that together.
They'll run for the first time.
Come on now, get your footing, baby, get your footing.
Back in the 43-yard line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
That ain't cool, fellas. That ain't cool. We gotta blaze up. We ain't even remember what league we was in.
Brady. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. On 1st down.
Man, what the fuck? Come on now. Come on now.
Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the
Who was
loss,
that?
2nd and 12.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Throwing now is Brady. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field.
All right.
They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
They would never be able to do their job with somebody like that.
That's why I tell you guys so often that you have to get the low-level barometer thinkers, the abyss-level thinkers.
All right, let's go, let's go.
Love drama. You have to get them out your life. One of the first things that I tell women when I start dating them is
a long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Here's Brady to throw.
There's drama that surrounds you.
First down and more for Allen. And finally brought down.
Big play, fellas, big play.
He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 38. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he gets it
Good
down
hit.
to 32.
Good hold on to that rock.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Solid running there. And CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there, because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's throwing the ball consistently,
He's trying to get up out of there, boy.
Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play quarterback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
He's got the first down inside the
Okay,
10.
then.
That is
All right, baby.
into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Travis Etienne taking it in from 24 yards out. And the Cowboys will strike first here, this wild card matchup.
That ain't actually going on and being individual based on it. I told y'all about this. This is when you sit back and you can't control your own thoughts. So you tell yourself, he's taking too long. He ain't answering his phone. He probably his baby mama. And then you
Chris Nagar now for the extra point.
You really start to believe it when they come around. You give him the physical mental energy.
I'm faded right now, too.
Well, these are not going to be easy on a cold, snowy night, but this one is up and through.
Yeah, buddy. All right, we got to play some defense, fellas. It look good now. We got to make it look that way all the way to the end, baby.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
She don't go somewhere. You sit around here trying to figure out how to keep a pop. Never had your own place. Don't know how to pay bills yourself. Never had nothing in your name. Don't know how to look up your credit score. Don't have any goals for retirement. 50 and pants sag and think you're going to be a thug forever. Keep sitting a block and talk about some pop that don't exist. A grown woman don't want you, my G, so you're going to forever get stopped. That want you for the money that you bringing in. You're going to get used to you grown inside, you play with these thugs and cry, and hope you get into the thug mansion in heaven the day you die, because it ain't going down.
Ain't gonna go down. Her name is Love Dorsey. I support
First carry now for David Montgomery. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
I showered her. I fed her.
From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter play.
He was dating in the depths of Hades. Listen, only hella go to hell for laughing at this. But listen, at the end of the day, while she was homeless, at least she wasn't exposed to the media of the modern woman today. So maybe she's not as corrupted as them. What's actually funny and or interesting about this is that, modern women today often say that they don't want to settle. But many men today date down. So
on third down, Kaiser, and he finds Montgomery complete.
Good hit.
Stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. A gain of 4, not enough, and it looks like punt time on their opening drive as it's 4th down. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Back deep, the dangerous Tyler Lockett. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
2nd and 9. Brady now to throw. And brought in by the tight end Cook. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Everything's cool sign going outside. Did we flash that today?
Picking one?
Yes.
You need an everything's cool sign.
Yes, we are, man. So anyway, Rob, we were just actually bullshitting. I was like,
We're
wait,
going to go with what we know will get it and come back to that motherfucker.
This time it's 3rd and 3.
Ooh. Should have went with the other play. It's all good. It's all good. It's all right. It's all right. Good beat.
That ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on
That was my fault.
That may have been what happened there.
That was a glorious moment.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And off comes to Montgomery. And he's going to get him
Almost gave it up.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. But guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I like to keep carrying it, thank you.
permanent permadraft for like people want to sneak in and hand me weed now. I wish I could talk to 21-year-old guy.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
That is awesome, man. Hey, do me a favor. Just introduce yourself. The idea behind these is me just getting
Now we give running left with Montgomery. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3.
I think if we put together a job description for middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there.
I actually just moved to Oklahoma. I just touched down probably about
they'll run it. Here's Montgomery. They didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down.
For real? Okay. All right. We got a whole new game now.
Now 3 plays,
It's on
3
me.
short runs, but together a 1st down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
I know the reason the schools here are excellent and they deal with special education services a little bit better than the area we were in Washington, and so that was a primary.
Fighting for the end zone.
Okay, dear.
That's picked up by the Cowboys.
That's what's up, baby.
11-yard line, and that's where the
That's some bad luck ass shit right there.
To the defense, they forced the big play, knocked the ball
Wow.
free from them, but that's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. No
Wow, I'll take it.
And he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. They start on the ground with Elliott. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of
Okay,
blitzes
Madden fucking with me right now.
They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked.
Gotta make it work, baby.
Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll take this one up over the 20.
Push me forward, baby. Push me forward.
2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
I mean, they kind of had a shitty product for a long time, and so it's starting to get better.
Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
The other thing is that there's unlimited sanity, which is the hugest draw for me personally.
They'll run on 1st down.
Good shit. Good shit.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
But I think other than that, they're just keeping it medical. There's no caps on like THC.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
It kind of reminds me of all the medical markets before they became privatized. They have taxation.
Brady gonna throw.
Everything else that's been.
Damn, I watched it. Good shit. We just gave you the game back. Good shit, man. Good shit. That was crazy. That was crazy.
Third and final timeout as he'll head to the sideline and talk.
You definitely had the game. Madden. Madden fucking with me, but I ain't fucking with Madden. That's what it is. Okay there, Finkel. I take every little bit that'll fucking go against you. Every little bit help, baby.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
We need all that. We need all that.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
We need all that, baby.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now Brady to try again after the pick six. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space.
Good shit.
Turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
And it took me a while until I really understood it was nuts.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
So after the defense gets you the ball on a takeaway and a fumble recovery of their own, you've got to reward them, don't you? You've got to stay out on the field, give them a chance to rest, and how about doing it the way they did, running the football and picking it up on 3rd down.
Would not have wanted to go 3 and out. They avoid that right there.
Yeah, they avoided the glares as they went back to the bench, didn't they?
And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
From snowboarding, and so I made the decision. They told me I couldn't do it to get a bunch of RSO from a local collective at the time, and because I didn't necessarily have, the access to.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady.
And that's when I started to learn.
He hits his target, Lockett. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one of mine.
Motherfucker. My fault, fellas. My fault.
Yeah, I think that's one people remember.
This bullshit.
Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game in New England when they went out there and the Patriots
And we got to give him the ball back. Bad coaching.
To kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82, and the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, but it's fun to be in the snow nonetheless. From way up at the 23, and he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
CBD Crew was another one that came out that's kind of starting to produce that, but it was harder to get seeds, and so I just started really kind of.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Yeah, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest, but now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now, because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On third down, they go Montgomery. Oh, Montgomery just unable to twist free as they hit him short of the line to gain. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the second time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now this is fielded in the end zone. And he'll only get this to the 2-yard line, a near catastrophe. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they begin this drive in very precarious field position inside their own 5.
And remember, this is a defense that's already...
Damn, we almost fucked that up with a phone call.
Really take care and make sure that you're blocking these guys and trying to wedge the ball out from the shadow.
Way to give me some wiggle room, Zeke.
Down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
We talk about setting a tone or beginning a drive. That run was absolutely textbook. I'm telling you, partner, now they're not just thinking about an easy drive. They're thinking about maybe taking it downfield.
We got to play ugly ball. This shit ain't going to be pretty, man.
12-yard line here.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Even if I do commercial or scales, symbiotics or things like that, I always keep that.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN.
Essentially, just for breathing.
And some room to work.
I always like to keep it in an organic environment. For sure. The next
So close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line.
He all right, man.
116 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the wild card round.
That was a nice run, baby. Wouldn't have been possible without him calling that defense, though.
A non-scoring play you're going to see from inside their own 10 to 1st and goal. Elliott. And just a short gain that time.
Look like he got in to me, goddammit.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches, you say, son, if you can darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
When you start introducing that, I'm so sorry, dude, it's awesome.
Again, it's Elliott, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, fine work there on the touchdown run, and the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Nagar now for the point after.
Essentially helped me for chronic pain.
And it's up. It's good. Our score 14-6.
All right. We ain't out of the woods, though, fellas. Play some defense.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signal for it and taken just outside the 20-yard line.
We had to take my anxiety, me and my wife specifically, don't deal with anxiety or high. So, not a lot of other ones that are THC to CBG. So we've been working on that, and then a lot of other cannabinoids, just CBC dominant, CBG, for sleep and just, pretty much going throughout the road.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before and realize it hasn't worked so well. And maybe try and find one of those special plays for one of your better players and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
You didn't sign up? I did sign up. So, you're down in,
And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. Vision and speed, two of the attributes that you might say are important for a free safety, and we saw both in evidence there.
Yeah, this defense as a whole has really been flying to the football all game long. They have not allowed too much of anything, and here's another example. A great play there to get in and disrupt it before it could get going.
And the next-gen stats tell the story as he was traveling at better than 19 miles an hour.
Bought into the CBD bandwagon, and they have so much space, basically, and it's
Kaiser.
It dropped. I mean, immediately.
And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Good D, fellas.
In there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. Returnable for Lockett. A big hitter that time in the punt game. 66 yards on the boot. And the Cowboys
all right.
football with a 1st and 10.
Can we get the full momentum, fellas? Let's go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say,
good hit, good hit.
Play action. Now's the time to take a shot. But there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball,
Zuka OG now. He ain't as quick as ETN.
and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
Maybe I did almost immediately appreciate the medicinal aspects of it. Just interesting thoughts.
1 quarter remains in
Fourth quarter, baby.
wild card matchup.
4th quarter, baby.
After this break, you're watching the
Raise up this 4th quarter blunt.
What direction? I like just bullshit with you. I don't know if we should get
an ideal spot here to get a 1st down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard. They go down the again. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard.
I'll take it.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Good hit.
40 and no further, so the razzle-dazzle didn't get him much. Charvarius Ward there to make the stop.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive game.
Keep pounding it. Keep pounding that shit, man.
Last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Brady. He'll get this off to ETN. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And they're going to have a 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this league, they're looking to throw the football, swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
No!
Brady's throwing.
Bruh.
3rd down there is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out.
Good D, man.
At the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot.
I'm a firm believer in it topically.
We gotta play D one more time, man. This shit ain't over with.
Of course, I still have to watch what I eat, have, dietary restrictions, but it's like, I'm sure I live a better life with it, and I know so many other people.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. And a short 3-yard pickup gets them up to the 15. Seems pretty obvious defensively. A key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Mushrooms or things like that, just to kind of activate your system there, just like vitamins.
On play action, Kaiser.
I've been trying to write notes. So
He's airing it out for Williams.
Okay, then.
Into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26.
All right.
And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
You got to put the cherry on top now, man.
By this defense, they get the interception there. CD, they have been rock solid.
And at this point, I think they have to expect that they're going to see some shots taken down the field. And that was almost a desperation throw right there. Just kind of hoping something good can happen. A completion, a pass interference. But this was anticipated well, and they came up with the INT.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
When I start thinking about that,
Again, it's Elliott. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here to have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
Yep. All of these pests were attacking the strain, so they had to come up with chemical fertilizers basically to spray on top of them. And that's the other thing. On top of everything, the glyphosate, we're ingesting other pesticides and bioinsecticides. And
the Cowboys on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Roughing the passer, baby.
He'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So they'll, of course, decline the pass interference there and wisely take the yardage.
And I think defensively he's saying, I was getting away with that in the first half. Why are you making that call now? But to me, that one was pretty easy to see. I don't understand what he's upset about. I think it was the correct call.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
It's the, you should know about this as a micro guy. Think about what,
not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
2 days, hard, and then moves up in a few days. Right there, that'll last a month. What's that do to the gut?
This is Elliott. And he can manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And a timeout taken. Just 6 seconds away from the 2-minute warning. This defense wanted to stop the clock prior to that, and they do. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game.
Fucking heavy. Nice. Anyway, I'll look at the notes I do. Okay, man, you ready?
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
Look at that. Good shit, man. Good shit, good shit.
Back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football. And especially with a lead here in the 4th.
Just looking at him too long.
Now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter,
all right, 2 plays. We don't get the ball back in 2 plays.
You gotta be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
A run there on 1st down, a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Kaiser to throw. And Kaiser can't escape this time.
Yeah, we confused for a minute running the ball still. I think that might do it, man. Good game, cuz.
It's a 2-score game now with time, Charles, clearly not on their side.
Yeah, they have to give the football away as well. Had a chance.
And the herb
Yeah,
has
there's a
kicked
small
all
chance
the
to
way
get down the
in.
field. But guess what? This one's now just about over.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Getting into it after you're throwing them out, you start to wonder, like, well, how the fuck do I, pull those or features? And so it really leads to, like, this full rabbit hole of, like, self-realization.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
The run by Elliott, a good one on first down as he's able to pick up about 6 there. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're
Run
also
that shit out,
counting his
man.
intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there,
We need
don't
all
force
the
the
help we
run.
can get,
Just make sure you hang on to
including the
football
clock.
and keep the clock ticking.
Certain people who, will validate these claims and essentially to have scientific evidence to pass on to doctors so that they can start looking
So
at
they
this.
come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the
Okay, Zeke getting
distance.
him one.
The 20, 10, 5,
Okay then, Zeke.
touchdown,
All right.
Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown of the night. And the Cowboys use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead.
Pretty penny. So
They talked about stringing
sure.
together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was, and if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Good game, Bears.
Plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
So I started trying to figure out breathing in that sense, is that I was getting all these fluctuations and levels, and I didn't understand why. And so, again, it goes down another rabbit hole.
It's very interesting. You're one of the guys, one of the most science-minded, or I should say data-minded breeders that I've talked to. That's a bit different.
Yeah, it ended up
Setting out to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Kind of passed around on the internet, and it's just a way to kind of bring up CBD.
And this fielded right at the goal line.
Chemical ingredients.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
There's 2 chemical agents that you use to activate it, and just a little bit of leaf matter, and you can basically go through in 8 minutes and then test the leaf matter to see if they have CBD. And so I would just go through each plant to start doing this, and then applying that. Because of the color of purple that it turns would identify how much content.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Saying their fans here are stunned would be an understatement. Things in this wild card round have not gone according to plan. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Kaiser now. Looking left side, and it's complete. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ballgame.
I don't know anything about current projects. The idea here is that if I was checking out, thank you, by the way, to James Speed, who's always set these up from Seeds Here Now, seedsherenow.com, official shout out. But I'm like, hey man, if I'm looking down at your catalog or you're on your website, I have no fucking clue.
Kaiser now to throw on first down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And he's way down into Dallas territory inside the Cowboy 15. Well, 1 win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
We advance to the next round. That's what's up.
Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.
But, yeah, so tell me, what's going on, man?
Stunk last year.
What should we be excited about, sir?
Now look at
So
us.
right now, I'm kind of starting to work more on feminized feeds just because there's such a
calling for it. I have 20 packs of seeds, 50 packs of seeds, and this is the only pack of feminized that I'm like, these are mine, man. Yes. You know what else I have? 5 or 6 here from
Let's do it again next
Seeds
time.
from a male plant that just got out too late, man, and got into my growth.
Let's do it again tonight, baby.
Yeah, so our main thing, we're going to start releasing feminized seeds. I've been doing it for a few years.
Check me out on the next league game if y'all want.
Methodologies to make sure that I just have the best product possible to release. So,
And check me out on some Call of Duty.
Clydal Silver
Fucking up little knuckleheads.
solution SDS, and then Gilberic acid GA3 as well. But just kind of playing around with those. Essentially, I just chose to go with the SDS because it had, I would say, the least amount of problems in the progeny, and then the amount of germination was impeccable as well. So,
what does happen with that? I'm sorry, the 3 of those each have their pros and cons, and they have their like danger levels that you can actually screw it up really easy if you're wrong with those?
Just amount of error and the ease of making. Mainly for me, it was just cost effectiveness, and then amount of female seeds produced from the solution, like what the percentage was, and then the amount of viability. And so we were essentially hoping for like